concerned that this could lead to even more violence, more shootings in Jacksonville. That's because that is where this rapper was from, and he did have a long-standing history.
Well, Florida rapper Julio Foolio was shot in Tampa overnight. Foolio, whose legal name is Charles Jones, was celebrating his 26th birthday.
What if the biggest betrayal in a high-profile case came not from the streets, but from someone within the circle? The shocking twists in the aftermath of Julio Foolio's tragic passing have kept fans and investigators glued to every update, with prosecutors now pushing for the ultimate punishment against 3 suspects and whispers of a possible cooperation deal with Alicia Andrews. The case has taken a wild turn. And if you thought this was just another courtroom drama, think again, because this story involves secret footage, group betrayals, and even hints of voodoo. Let's break it all down.
But I ain't really give a about it, cause that's just what do. Drop this song. Yeah.
The state of Florida made headlines when it announced it would pursue the most severe penalty for Isaiah Chance, Sean Gathright, and Rashad Murphy, 3 of the 5 suspects connected to the incident. But curiously, Alicia Andrews, the only woman charged, isn't part of that motion. This has sparked widespread speculation that she's flipped on her co-defendants. Fans immediately took to social media to share their theories, with one comment summing it up perfectly. You know she's going to sing high notes higher than Mariah Carey. Bet your bottom dollar on it. And honestly, that's looking more and more like the case. Alicia's behavior in court has only added fuel to the fire. Nervous gestures, constant fidgeting, and an overall look of unease. She seems to be carrying the weight of a big decision. And it's not just her body language. Her actions during interrogation provide some of the most compelling evidence yet. When she was first arrested, Alicia made a rookie mistake that might seal her fate and everyone else's. When confronted with surveillance footage, she admitted to being at every key location that night, effectively placing herself in the timeline of events. But it didn't stop there. She went on to identify her boyfriend, Isaiah Chance, as the driver of their vehicle and confirmed he was using her phone to communicate with others involved. That's right, she not only implicated herself, but also handed Isaiah over on a silver platter.
So when I drop my I guess people felt like I was wrong, but I'm like, how I'm wrong, bro? I'm just defending myself and my brothers and my dead brothers and my team, you know what I'm saying?
To make matters worse, Alicia's story about why they were at the scene was shaky at best. She claimed they were just lost and using the parking lot to turn around. But surveillance footage tells a different story, showing their car circling the area multiple times before leaving, only to return when the crime unfolded. The internet wasn't buying her excuses, with one fan commenting, "She's either the worst liar ever or the best storyteller. Either way, she's done." Isaiah appears to have already come to terms with his situation. During a court appearance, he was seen nodding along to a diss track directed at Foolio. The song, notorious for mocking Foolio's crew, was played in the courtroom as part of the evidence review. Isaiah's nonchalant head bobbing drew widespread criticism online. Some observers expressed disbelief at his behavior, comparing it to attending a concert. Others speculated that his actions might harm his case, suggesting that the judge might interpret his demeanor negatively. Isaiah's conduct has raised questions about whether he is taking the situation seriously or if he has simply accepted the consequences of what lies ahead.
I wasn't really dropping on World Star then I went to dropping on World Star for the first time, and like everything went to picking up, like my views, my following, and everything.
But Isaiah isn't the only one making headlines for bizarre behavior. Sean Gathright attempted a dramatic escape while in custody. During an interview with police, Sean climbed onto a table and tried to remove ceiling tiles in a desperate bid for freedom. Unsurprisingly, his attempt was short-lived, but it only added to the circus surrounding this case. Fans couldn't help but mock his efforts. This dude thought he was in a movie. Someone give him an award for most ridiculous escape attempt. One comment joked. While Sean's ceiling stunt made headlines, it's the evidence piling up against him that's truly sealing his fate. Surveillance footage from the night of the incident shows Sean leaving the Airbnb carrying what prosecutors believe to be a duffel bag filled with weapons. The footage, captured by a Ring camera, was later matched to items retrieved from a secondary location tied to the suspects. Investigators claim the bag contained ammunition consistent with shell casings found at the scene. This connection has become a cornerstone of the case, strengthening the argument for a coordinated plan among the suspects. Forensic experts are now analyzing fingerprints found on the bag to determine if Sean or any of his associates handled it, a move that could further implicate the group.
There are cameras here, and our officers are working to view all of the cameras and talk with people, who might have seen any.
Adding another layer to the case is the digital trail left by the suspects. Prosecutors revealed that Alicia Andrews' phone wasn't just used for communication during the night of the incident, it was also used to search for Foolio's whereabouts earlier in the evening. GPS data shows the phone pinging at multiple locations Foolio visited, including the clubs where he performed and the hotel where the events unfolded. This revelation not only ties Alicia and Isaiah to the crime, but also raises questions about how much planning went into the situation. A prosecutor at the preliminary hearing described it as a calculated series of actions designed to track and isolate the victim, a statement that sent shockwaves through the courtroom. Meanwhile, the suspect's social media activity is proving to be just as damning. Posts made by Sean Gathright and Rashad Murphy in the hours following the incident have been submitted as evidence. One post reportedly shared by Rashad included a screenshot of news coverage with the caption, "Mission complete." Another post by Sean featured a cryptic message about loyalty and revenge, which prosecutors claim could be tied directly to the events of that night. Legal experts have noted that these posts, while not direct confessions, show a lack of remorse and could be used to demonstrate intent or motive during the trial. Complicating things further are rumors of a sixth suspect who may have played a role in coordinating the events. While authorities haven't confirmed this, sources close to the investigation say text messages and phone records indicate communication with an unidentified individual who wasn't present at the scene. This mystery figure is believed to have provided logistical support, possibly arranging vehicles or relaying information about Foolio's movements. If true, the presence of another conspirator would make the prosecution's case even stronger, as it paints the incident as part of a more elaborate scheme rather than a spur-of-the-moment act. Meanwhile, Rashad and Davian Murphy, cousins and fellow suspects, have their own reasons for being deeply entangled in this case. Rashad's brother, a close relative of Davian, lost his life in a past incident tied to Foolio's crew. This personal connection added a layer of emotion to what might otherwise have been purely gang-related retaliation. Rashad even texted celebratory messages on the night of the incident, referencing a bottle of liquor, which authorities are using to paint a grim picture of premeditation. But the most jaw-dropping development: Davian Murphy is still out there evading capture. Surveillance footage shows him wearing a distinctive orange ski mask during the incident, and yet he's managed to slip through the cracks. Rumors suggest he might have left the area entirely, possibly even altering his appearance to stay off the radar.
I don't know him. I never seen him before in my life.
In person?
Never seen him before.
And then there's the elephant in the room, Yungeen Ace. The internet has been buzzing with speculation about whether Foolio's longtime rival had anything to do with the setup. While there's no concrete evidence linking Ace to the situation, fans have been picking apart his recent behavior. Hours before the incident, Ace posted a cryptic message online that read, "That boy going the same day he came in." Many believe this was a veiled reference to Foolio's birthday celebration. Coincidence? Maybe. But it's not the only eyebrow-raising move Ace has made. He later appeared on a podcast where he joked about Foolio's passing, even suggesting that Foolio might still be alive thanks to voodoo. I said, "I don't think he gone." He's still posting stuff. Ace laughed, clearly enjoying the attention.
I told him that a couple times, you know. We be talking time to time, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you never know what can happen.
Ace's trolling extended beyond social media. In a separate interview, he mentioned keeping an eye on Foolio's life and claimed to have previously reached out to him with advice about leaving the streets. He described how they used to exchange messages, checking in on each other. However, fans were skeptical about Ace's supposed concern, pointing out the contradiction between his words and his actions. Some noted that Ace appeared to be portraying a friendship, while simultaneously releasing diss tracks following Foolio's departure, which seemed to undermine his claims.
Today in Tampa, 4 suspects accused in the shooting of Jacksonville rapper Charles Jones, known by his stage name Julio, faced a judge in court.
The diss tracks themselves only escalated tensions. Ace dropped 2 songs shortly after the incident, and both were widely interpreted as indirected on Foolio and his associates. This fueled speculation that Ace might have more involvement in the situation than he was admitting. Even Foolio's mother suggested there might be a larger conspiracy at play, expressing her belief that further arrests could be forthcoming. In an interview, she stated her suspicion that the incident was a setup and called for more accountability. Not everyone shared this view. Some fans argued that the timing of Ace's songs could have been coincidental and doubted that he would take the risk of making his involvement so obvious if he were truly responsible. This perspective emphasized that while Ace might be trolling, it didn't necessarily mean he was guilty of anything.
Biggest news that you've made lately, man, was your recent shootout you've been in.
Yeah.
I posted it on my Instagram and everybody went crazy.
As the investigation continues, one thing is clear: this case is far from over. With Alicia Andrews potentially cooperating, Davian still on the run, and Ace's name popping up in fan theories, the twists and turns just keep coming. And the internet? It's watching every move. One fan even joked, starting to think Foolio really knew how the spirit world worked and shook dice one last time. I can't judge that man. So, what's next? Will Alicia's testimony bring down the entire operation? Could Ace face legal trouble for his alleged connections? And what does this mean for the future of Jacksonville's music scene? Let us know your thoughts in the comments, and stay tuned for more updates on this wild saga.